Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck Sim live stream. Today it's the 28th of October 2022, 4 minutes past 3 in the afternoon here in the UK. We're back in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today, for the first ever time, we're trying our hands on a King Air. Now, this is no normal King Air. This is the Just Flight black square overhaul of the default Microsoft Flight Simulator King Air. And this is not some simple plugin. I was a little bit skeptical at first about it, but actually it's quite phenomenal what they've achieved here. They've essentially turned the default King Air into a, well, let's use the word, study level King Air, and every little switch is functioning. Every circuit breaker seems to do something. There's all sorts of checklists, the navigational systems they've had installed and the options available, pretty awesome, and I thought why not demonstrate that on a little fun stream today. So here we are in Australia, we're in Alice Springs, I'll never do that again, and we're going to be flying to Ayres Rock or Uluru, flight of about 55 minutes, that's going to be the first flight. This will be as realistically as possible. Try to fly as realistically as possible. So we're on VATSIM, IFR. We're going to fly departure here. We're 12 hours behind live time because it would be 2 o'clock in the morning over here. So it's as it would have been 12 hours ago. And then we're going to fly an RNAV approach, or attempt to fly an RNAV approach into Ayres Rock today after 55 minutes. Once we're on stand shut down, I'm then going to log off and go to the Be Right Back screen. We're then going to log on to the Microsoft Online servers, where we're going to actually replicate one of the real-world special procedural flights which explores Uluru, and I think it's the Olgas or Kata Tjuta. I've been trying to learn all these Aboriginal words for all these places for you today. But yeah, should be a fun stream today. Let's see who we've got here in the stream. Firstly, P-Test, thanks for your 24 months as a member. He says 2 years and still excited to catch a live stream. Thanks a lot, buddy. You'll get the alpaca with the 2-star logo, no doubt coming soon. Tom Pascoe, I hope you're doing. Joseph Mitchell, King Air pilot. I'm guessing you're a real King Air pilot, having commented on my community post yesterday. Every little bit of help will be needed today. I have very little experience, well, no experience flying turboprops, only in desktop simulators. This checklist is very detailed as well. Certainly, I think the engine run-up test I might skip today, because it took me about 20 minutes to complete them all when I did the test sector yesterday. Steve Evans here, Listermid, Dealey. Tom says, what a lovely day for some turboprop love. Sure is. Dave Lacey, hello all, love the Analog King Air, excited for the stream. Yeah, it's a lot of people have got it. If you want to find out more about it, check out the video description below to find the link for it. See, a number of people have been trying it out. I wanted to get on in the action. I was just like very nicely sent it over. Listerman's here, G-Face 100 as well. John Franco from California, hope you're doing well, buddy. Robert Hancock, hi, just tried to watch this at work whilst not getting caught. Don't get yourself in trouble now. And Dealey, they don't call it the 24-hour checklist for nothing. Is it actually called that? My goodness me. Well, we'll see how we get on anyway. Now this, I have installed the Australia World Update. I don't know if it includes anything with regards to Alice Springs or Ayres Rock Airport. They're just default airports that look pretty good, but the geography around here, I mean, I don't know what temperature would be here right now. I mean, I'll have a look at the METAR. Is it winter or summer? I really don't know. I think Australia's coming up to summer, aren't they? The temperature here in Alice Springs is 19 degrees Celsius. Actually quite cool. Winds from the west at 5 knots. Well, we might take 1-2 for departure with a slight tailwind. And when I did the test sector, the second test sector earlier on this morning, it was pouring with rain. But anyway, here we are. Here is the analog black square King Air, completely cold and dark. Now this is a livery available online. I just found it on the flightsim.io website. It's completely free to download. I've downloaded all the avionics packs for this aircraft as well. All of them are completely free and linked in the aircraft documentation if you were to purchase this add-on. So yeah, first time flying a King Air. I think this is only the 3rd ever turboprop we've flown on a live stream. We've flown the Dash 8 and the Twin Otter. This is the King Air, and obviously this is the first ever time in any sort of King Air, and this is a really well detailed one. It's going to be interesting. Andy H for NDH Virtual 2, hope you're doing well, buddy. 2 years a member. Almost got my alpaca badge. Time literally does fly here. It sure does. Thanks for your liaising with the group flight earlier. I hope you're doing well. David, what are you doing? David Bromwich is here. He's in Australia. I did consider streaming first thing this morning, but I've been really busy. Cause it would be great for Australians to watch live because it's the middle of the night. You must be very tired. Jack's just walked in. I've just picked up Jack today as well. You're joining in the Aerofoil Labs KA350 and X-Plane. I've heard good things about that one as well, David. I don't know if I can see you already. I am already on VATSIM, but oh, maybe I don't have the model matching for it because I do see this little thing here, and a jet as well. I do have model matching for several aircraft, but perhaps there isn't one for a King Air. But anyway, let's... well, surely we should show the default one if it was the case. Maybe that was someone else, but hope to see you shortly, David. Python 360 afternoon, boss. Looking forward to this. Thank you very much, Matt. Shirley, greetings from Melbourne. Happy to say our 17-month-old Lara is booked for her first flight to Darwin on a 738. Very, very cool. Just after midnight here. My goodness me. Well, thank you for everyone from Australia for watching live. Sorry for the very inconvenient time. Right, so here we are, completely cold and dark. Now, I've been a bit critical of the default Microsoft Flight Simulator checklist. I find it a bit cumbersome to use. It still is the same sort of features here, but Black Square and Just Flight have actually gone to town with this checklist, and every single item you can click this. And, well, cabin loading you can't, but condition levers, for example, it will show you every single switch, knob, gauge. Great for cockpit familiarization. I'm actually going to follow this today regarding the startup, because it's going to make sure that I do get everything configured correctly. But it's actually for an introduction to an aircraft to have this, it's pretty neat. So I was trying to find a checklist, but I thought, no, why not use the one that's included? So that's pretty cool. And we'll be utilizing this throughout the entire setup. So, you know, you'll see throughout the start here, me pressing different buttons as I can try and remember what's going on. Now, just to show you where we are geographically and where we are going, let me bring up the Navigraph charts. That's the approach we're going to attempt to fly today. Let's have a look here. I close this there, world map. There we go. So we're right in the middle of Australia. Is this part of the Northern Territory? I wouldn't know, but there's Alice Springs. Completely desolate and empty, but over Lake Abydos, and then we're going to fly this RNAV approach onto runway 13, as I mentioned. 55 minutes up to flight level 240 for this sector as well. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, the exterior model and the sounds are the same as the default one, but in here it's been completely changed, and the functionality of all these systems is really good. You know, beyond what I know, and I've been really impressed getting everything set up here now. And the only thing is, how do I turn off the checklist? I think I have to close it maybe. There we go. So yeah, and the options that you have available was pretty cool as well. So you've got all these different radio packs. You just have to download them separately, which are free to do. So you can have the Benedict's weather radar. This is a working weather radar. The Garmin GNS 530. You can go old school and have this very basic RNAV computer, the KNS 80, which I think there's some limited functionality. For example, the ability to follow an RNAV routing isn't working. It will just show you if you're left or right of your track, and you just use heading select. But it is modelled. Hopefully there'll be more features here. But actually, you know, we like to go old school here, but the only instrument approaches available are onto 1.3 in Ayres Rock is an RNAV approach. So I'm actually going to go all modern, and it'll help with me here. So I have got this GTN 750. Now, it's not the full payware version. It's like a basic version. You can contact a separate company and purchase that. About 45 quid, but it's still got enough functionality to navigate with it. It's actually I find it's much more user friendly than the GNS 530. So we're going to have, I think it's this configuration with that. Was it like this? There we go. So I want that one there, the Benedict's radar, and the GNS 530. So we've got everything here. That's what we're going to use. Dealey, start the timer. Oh, just sorry there. Start the timer. See how long this takes. Half the stream taken by the full checklist. It's a long one. I'm not going to do the full engine run-up procedures because I'll be here all day. Thanks for streaming the King Air, my favourite turboprop ever. Black Square has done an amazing job with it. Thanks as always for the content, great community. Thank you very much, Dealey, for your kind words and your continued support as well. Right, so yeah, let's get the show on the road here. So we'll find the checklist again, and we'll go to before starting engine. So sort of goes through the normal stuff you do on any aircraft: pre-flight inspection, emergency lights on at night. So I do know where some of these switches are, so we'll turn that on. You can see, look, slight change in the amperage gauge there. It's really cool. Air stairs door, emergency exits are unlocked, cabin loading is complete. So for this sector, we're taking Jim and myself and 2 passengers to Uluru, and we're just taking full fuel. We've just told them to bring the tank. So there we are. There's myself and Jim. exact identical weight as our 2 passengers there. Oh, and we've got 2 females as well, so we're 4 passengers and 2 pilots today, myself and Jim. So that's the loading discussed. Control locks are removed. Parking brake verify set. That's down here. There you are, so parking brake is set. Standby and crossfeed valve is off. So again, if you're unsure of where the switches are, you just simply press this and it'll locate them for you, and it highlights every single one. The checklist is in full, which is really, really cool. So they are already off by default. Auxiliary transfer pumps are in auto. They are there. I think there's 4 fuel tanks, 2 main, 2 auxiliary. I was watching a bit of V1 Simulations who streamed this, and I think he might have flown it, or he certainly has turboprop time. Guys in the US have to do 1500 hours. I just went straight from the Scenic to a 7.3, so sort of it's been a long time since I've flown anything with props and prop maintenance and configuration wise. I am a little bit rusty, so do bear with me. Hello Anthony, hope you're doing well. Since when did Jim go on a diet? He's the same weight as me. He was a little larger before. Steve M, new NVIDIA graphics card yesterday, fixed the bugs in the last one many have experienced. I do have the latest graphics card installed, update at least. Circuit breakers, all of these, look, you press it illuminates every single one, look, and they all are modelled. I believe most of them work with the systems too, which is pretty cool. So they're all in, both on my side and the first officer side. Battery bus in the normal position, so normal. Gang bar is down, so that's for the battery and all the generator switches. External power is off, we'll use that today. Avionics master's off, auto ignition's off, AC inverter's off, bus sensor in the normal. Again, if you're unsure where the switch is, just press that button, it'll show you where it is. Anti-ice actuators are in main. Where are they? Are they on the main position? Auto feather is off. Oh, it's such a so many switches. And they all seem to be all over the place. There we are, auto feather off. And this is single pilot ops, I think you can use this for. Prop sync is off. I know that switch is over there. Power levers are in ground idle. There they are, ground idle. Propeller levers fully forward. So I'm using the joystick today, guys. I will perhaps stream this again and use yoke cam, but I have it all assigned to all the different buttons on the joystick, which is pretty cool. So full forward. Condition levers are cut off. Flaps are up. Friction locks we don't need to worry about in the sim. Trims are centered. Oxygen man dropout. So I think we need to push this switch down. Ooh. Lots of hissing sounds. And passenger oxygen, we pull this one. And I have no idea what that does. I think it's to do with if you lose pressurization of some sort. That's set. Cabin pressurization mode is in pressure. I think initially you went to the checklist, but it says you set this to your departure aerodrome elevation first. Rudder boost on. Electric trim on. Cabin master off, which is over here. Cabin lights as required. The lighting at night in this thing is really, really cool. One of the best lighting I've seen in any aircraft. How it all works. So you won't see it today, but at night, if you look at the pictures on their website, it's very, very good. Cabin lighting as required. We'll leave it off for now. No smoking and fasten seatbelt sign is on. Vent blower is on low. Cabin temperature as desired. Temperature mode off. You can see it's all of this is functioning as well and working. Bleed air valves environment off, so that's the middle position. Electric heater is off. Oxygen pressure 1550 to 1850 psi. And even for the gauges, look, if you push this, it'll illuminate the gauge, which is pretty cool. So that's done. Someone say good luck, Luke. What's Luke? What's he up to? I have one more exam to go till I have my ATPLs. Congratulations, Luke. Nearly there. God, I remember all that. That's crazy. You can see, look, I've logged 3 hours or nearly 4 hours in the King Air. Most of that has been sat on the ground. Alternating static air normal. Now, if I remember from my Cessna, that's if you have any issues with the pitot static source, you can use it in the aircraft. But if it's pressurized, I'm not sure how that would work. Co-pilot circuit breakers all in. Again, look, you can illuminate them all. Lighting master as required. So I think you turn that on, which will allow you to control all the cockpit lighting. Microphone source is normal. Battery now. Let's get some power onto this aircraft. I just want to make sure Microsoft Flight Simulator is turned up. So the battery switch is down here. It took me ages to find. If I can remember how to get it on. There we go. we've got some electrical power coming on there, so that's good. Check the battery voltage, 23 volts minimum. So that's over here. So let's go to battery. We've got 25 volts at least, that's fine. Test the annunciators. So we'll test that. All seems to be illuminating, and you've got an annunciation panel down here as well. External power's available, so I'll connect that now. So you just simply flick that on there. There you go. You can see it stopped blinking. I think that might be just a simism, but it. I remember reading in the manual it says it blinks when it's available. Windshield wipers are off. The windshield wipers. It was raining earlier here in Alice Springs. They are working. It actually clears the rain, which is pretty cool. And I think it's the smoothest window wiper action I've ever seen in any simulator. Check these out. Do not operate on dry glass for demonstration purposes. Look at that. Super smooth. And they actually clear the moisture. You can sort of see it's leaving marks. But yeah, the best window wipers I've ever seen on any add-on. Really, really nice. Gotta love a good wiper. You want your vents softly blown. Okay, in for your work, Flight Sim just filled in my application for a cadet pilot program in Singapore today, hoping I get through. Best of luck. That sounds very exciting, sir. King Air pilot. Sorry, it blinks when it's available in real life too. Well, there you go. That's awesome. So carrying on here, annunciators test, which we've done. We can change the brightness of the annunciators, which I think is over here. Where's the switch? There you are. So you can turn the brightness down here. All of this. You can see, look, it is modelled. There you go. You can turn the brightness there. So we'll have that on maximum brightness. Fuel quantities checked, so we should have full fuel. So we've got the main tanks and auxiliary tanks. There we are. Because obviously they're not so large, the gauges don't change. I'll just show you how much is in there. That is full. And there we are. We've done the before start checklist. Now, the checklist that gets you to start the engines, what I'd like to do is get the navigational system set up, talk about the departure, and then King Air Pilot, do I turn the avionics master switch off for the engine start, or can I leave them on? It's just that I just want to get everything up and running before I start the engines, otherwise I'll be sat here running engines for ages, burning lots of fuel. So, let's turn on the avionics master switch. This makes lots of fun sounds. There we are. Sounds are awesome. So you can see it's all powering up, initializing systems. There's the default GNS 530, weather radar, and this thing is awesome. And this isn't included, but it's a free download for a basic version of this, and it's more than enough to navigate IFR from A to B, which is really, really cool. Thanks for subscribing there, Rob Haynes. Hope you're doing well. King Air Pilot, yes, I always turn it off. So do you actually set it up, then turn it off again for the engine start, and then turn it back on again? I just hope it doesn't delete anything. Coda, you PMDG flights. Have they done a PMDG flight since they've released a new update? No, I haven't. I haven't done a Zebo or PMDG flight in ages. I've only been streaming once a week, but I've got November around the corner and the summer season ends and a lot more time. So yeah, probably jumping into the PMDG very soon. I am flying a Flight Factor group flight on Sunday. I've already published a stream. If you're interested, go check out the homepage of my YouTube channel. Right, so what we're going to do is, let me bring up the operational flight plan for you guys to see. Bear with me. There we are, so you should be able to see the OFP. So flight level 240, we need only 900 kilos. We've got a full tank of fuel, or the fuel is full, as about 1600 kilos. Our alternatives to come back here to Alice Springs. And here is our routing. So what we're going to do, it's a great system, very intuitive, and I find it far better than the Garmin GNS 530, which I did have. I used at Oxford Aviation Academy in the PA28s, I think, and this one's just, you know, it's modern. This is what people have on their posh aircraft nowadays. So we're going to go to flight plan, set origin, if it will let me. There we go. So we are in Alice Springs, Yankee Bravo Alpha Sierra. Enter. I might fly it again and go old school. You know, I like to do a lot of conventional navigation, but just for the routing today, because there's no real VOR routes between the two, I wanted to use this modern system, which is pretty cool. King Air, everything is saved in the real airplane, but I can't speak for this add-on. Okay, interesting. Yes, turn the avionics master on start, then program the FMS, then turn it off again before start. Okay, well, let's try that. So there's YBAS, set destination, which is Alice, I'm trying to remember the pronunciation, Uluru, which is Yankee Alpha Yankee Echo. Oops, seems to have missed out one of the spaces. There are Ayres Rock, enter, and then you can go to menu, put the cruising altitude, which will be 24,000 feet. I think there's some sort of basic VNAV system in this, but how it works I have no clue. We'll go to back here, we're going to go to procedure, departure, runway 13, and we're going to select the, 12, sorry, from here. It's a Pumac 1, and runway 12, load departure, and it automatically puts that there for you. And then once it finishes at Pumac, you have the routing. So we can go add on route waypoints. So after Pumac, it's Whiskey 408 to Ayres Rock, which is an RNAV airway. And I'm just going to put the waypoint. So it's Pumac, basically Luvav, then Ayres Rock. So Luvav, Lima, Uniform, Victor, Alpha, Victor, Australia. Pumac, Luvav, and then Luvav to Alpha Yankee Echo. Now, prior to getting to the Ayres Rock NDB, we're going to break off and fly the RNAV approach. So what I'm going to do is add en route waypoint Alpha Yankee Echo. Duplicates found, enter. And we'll select the NDB. There we go. And that's all in. Ayres Rock and then straight to the airport, but we'll break off and fly the RNAV approach. Yeah, that was the add-on I was thinking of, TD. The TDS is exactly like the real one that I wish I could afford in real life. Very much worth the additional money. Yeah, it's about 40 quid add-on. So this is, I don't know if they had any part of this. This is a very basic version of that, but I think the TDS add-on, it's about 40 quid, adds full functionality as per the real aircraft, or the real system, which is pretty cool, the GTN 750. But this is fine for basic. Now, I do have a question for anyone that could ask this. When I go to pan, how do I get it back onto the aircraft after I finish panning? Because I can't work that out. But I just want to check the routing. There we are. There's the SID, Dingo, Bodas, Olreb, Pumac. Oops. Put on here. Louvre. What's going on there? I keep pressing a click spot, I think, for the squawk. And that takes us all the way to Ayres Rock, which is there, Yankee Alpha, Yankee Echo. You click return. Where's click return? Hit back at the bottom right. That one? Or that one? Oh no. No, that's direct to left, not right. Ah, thank you. Got you. Perfect. Click back, click return, hit back at bottom right, back at bottom left. Got it. I mean, I was trying to work that out for ages. Thank you. Cool. So that's all in. So I'm happy with the navigation's all set up. Now let's just show you the charts for departure. So it's an RNAV departure. It's going to be straight ahead to Pune to 2,200 feet. And I think if you select constraints, there is a way of doing this. Bear with me. Map. There is a constraints button somewhere, but oh yeah, there we are, CDI. So I've got this now caged to the GPS look, so it works exactly as it is. The only thing is you've got to make sure you manually adjust the course if you want to keep it updated. So these little red dots represent the direction for your next active waypoint, which is really, really cool. The modelling of this is awesome. It fully 2.8 nautical miles, 2.8 nautical miles. It fully syncs with the correct distance there. Oh, yeah, PDF. I always do that. So yeah, as I was saying, look. Here's the HSI. I have it selected to GPS now, so it'll match with the GPS. We've got some conventional navigation we could use, actually, as a backup. I think there's a VOR here. There is 15.9 for the VOR on the station. So if we go back to the chart, what I can do... it works really well with the radio nav tuning panel I've got. So 15.9. There you go, so the VOR is now active. I'll select all of these to go towards the VOR, and I'll make it active on nav2 as well. So both these look how the spring action works as well. It's really cool. So these are pointing to the VOR. This is VOR DME distance information. This is syncs now to the GPS. This is GPS information coming in there, which is really cool. Yes, I've taken the OFP. Unbelievable. Defeated by PDF page once again. I can't see it, you see. The stream flashing. So we're going to select nav for departure. Straight ahead to Pune, 2,200. Right turn to Bodas. then to Oreb, and then Pumak, and it's all in the FMC there. There's no stop levels or ATC here, so we're going to go straight up to our cruise level, which is flight level 240, which is set there. So I'm pretty much happy with the avionics. The nav aids are all set up. There's an aircraft taxiing out. And our altimeter local pressure setting here is 1013. Is it? Or was that Ayres Rock? No, Alice Springs, we're on 1013 apparently. But this is saying 2988. I'll put 29902. There we go. What do you want? Is he wanting to take the ground power away? There's always these random Microsoft Flight Sim ground vehicles around. Right, so we're all set up then. Let's go back to the checklist, ready for engine start pretty much. I've got lots of checklists on the go here. I've got the this is the guidance from the included with the purchase. It's a 101-page document. I found this awesome checklist online for the Beach King Air, which is just a beginner's guide, and it's really good. So it has all the limitational speeds, basic configurations for takeoff, which I'm following, the climb profile, the cruise, power settings, and descent, and how to configure, which is really nice for me to follow, to have something to be following in the background there. But yeah, there you go. PDF hidden, guys. Is that the place where they store aircraft? Oh, no idea actually. Oh, Squawk 3000 for IFR if no code allocated. Is that an Australian thing? Where's this here then? Squawk 3000. There we are. We'll put it on. Home map. Right then, so let's do an engine start on the external power. So we've got Unicom active actually on COM 122.8. So beacon light will turn on, which is here. External power volts 28 to 28.4. Yeah, we've got plenty of external power. CTR volts there. Propeller area clear, so we'll have a good look around. Propeller area clear. No, we have the external power truck not clear at all. Extremely dangerous. But everyone else looks ready. He looks like he's got the message. Thanks, Jim. He's just shouted and heckled at him. Oh, transport is still in 1200. Oh. Oops, no, COM 1, please. What happened there? 3000. Enter. There we go. Gen ties, man close at night. Who knows? Ooh, I think I've just might trip some power or something. Oh, yeah, look at that. I've tripped some power there. GPS is resetting. I think I'll just leave that on normal. External power's on. Left start. That's it. We just start the engine. So clear left. So we're going to move. What are you doing? What are you doing, sir? Left starter to start. As soon as that happens, low idle stable above 12%, which I think is this one here. As soon as it's at 12%, we'll move the condition lever, and the ITT then cannot exceed 1990, which is up there. Obviously starting the left engine, sorry, first. And then lots of other things to check as well. Let's just do it. So, clear prop. Thanks, Dealey. Trolled by the ground crew, absolutely. What does this switch do? Nautsky all flipping day. Right, let's move this to start. Oh, look, we can actually... clear prop. You can hear the audio change, which is pretty cool. So, left start. Oh, it's making noises. Oh, it's spinning. And waiting for 12%. Oh, it's already there, 12%, so low idle. They're very quiet, the engine sounds. What could possibly go wrong? A lot. Avionics master, sorry. I could have frazzled the avionics. There we go. Please all work after the engine start. Right, I've meant to be doing several things here. Oil temperature and pressures within limits. Again, if you're unsure of where to find the gauge, all you've got to do is press that and it'll show you exactly where it is, look, where the gauges are. So they're in the green. Left starter we turn off at 50%. We're way past that, so starter to off. Left oil and fuel pressure initiations have extinguished. They were those two, so they have. Left DC generator initiations extinguished. We'll check the left generator volts. What's up to my click spots here? Yes, the voltage is fine. External power can now come off. Now, do I need to turn on the bus somehow, or switch the power? Do I have to do this? I thought I had to do that first, and then it's already on. There we are, that's on now. Now I can disconnect the external power. Ground power disconnected. Left gen load 10 to 50%. So, sticking up the whole loads of 20. I could be completely wrong here. Battery amps are positive. Just, so it's only just stable, not charging. Propeller area clear, right start now. So again, look, if you're unsure where the switch is, just press that. So cool. So, start. God, so much going on. 12%, 12%. Was that one, wasn't it? Right. So make sure that doesn't exceed the start limit. Is turbine temperature of the jet? So oil temperature and pressure is within limits. It's all in the green. Rise starter off of 50% NG, which is, I believe, this figure here, turbine RPM. Right, let's turn that off then. Right generator reset then on. Oops, I think I might have accidentally clicked something there. There we are, so that's all on, all the electrical initiations have extinguished. We then check the voltage, battery, generator, battery amps positive. Just want to make sure the battery is charging. Just. Gen ties normal. They are. Left generator hold reset, and then yeah, I think you're meant to hold it in that position. Check the volts. Again, it's a bit fiddly. Initiators test and consider. So right now we've got bleed off. AC bus 1 and 2 off. I think later on in the checklist you put the generators, the buses online. Rudder boost comes on bleed. Prop pitch. Okay, I think we're okay. Where's that King Air guy? King Air pilot. I think we're okay. Wouldn't you start the right engine first on a King Air? Not when starting on external power, yeah, because the cart will be there, I think. But and look at this. Not only does this checklist have the normal checklist, it has various failure checklists. So look at hot or hung start does not engage. Also for the cruise as well, there's all sorts of different non-normal situations. Also there's some engine modelling modelled here, so we've done that. I think it's before taxi next. Look at the avionics master on. Where are you? The thing is, there's so many buttons on it, every time you move the mouse wheel, it moves lots of... Look, I'm moving switches and I don't even know what I'm moving. Where is this avionics master? There we are. Boom, back on. Looks good. Initializing. Yeah, so you know, this is added to change the configuration of all the different GPSs I showed you at the start here. And then if you go here to nav, you've got a sort of engine condition look. So I've already worn the engine slightly from all my thrashing around, but you can repair the systems. There's multiple failures modelled. I think I've got just time-based failures on, so anything could possibly happen. So yeah, that's really nice. We'll leave that on standby for the weather radar. And let's do the taxi checklist, which is here. So fire detector test cycle. So that is down here. You can see, look, all the various bottles are lighting, testing. So that's all good. Reset the master cautions. Gear handle lights test. So there's a little button there. Look to test the light. Stall warning test. You know, the King Air boys have done this by now. They're already at their destination. I don't even know where the stall warning there is. Oh, I've broken it. Oh! Oh, I didn't know there was 2 switches, but I was meant to be testing that side. Gen ties open. So these are just tests, look. Gen ties open, check the battery voltage normal. 28 volts, test the bus sensors, gen tie annotation is illuminated, bus sensor reset. Loads of different stuff here to do. I'm just going to go straight there, otherwise we'll be here all day. Bleed air valves open, which are over here. There we are, so we're going to get some nice conditioned air into the cabin. Pneumatic pressure is green, that's over here. It is. Temperature mode auto. Auto. You can hear some noises now, some air coming into the cabin. Duct temperature as desired. Vent blower auto. Electric heater not required. Cabin master on. Gyro suction green, are we for the artificial horizon? Where are you, gyro suction? There it is. Gyro suction. AC inverters on. I think I definitely need these on. Which gets rid of all the annunciators here. AC bus annunciators extinguished. AC frequency 400 Hz. 400 Hz. Where the radar is on standby. Avionics master on. Remote compass is slaved, so you can manually align it by doing this. Look, we can just press this, keep it slaved to the compass. Flight instruments are set. Audio's radio panel, tuning panel set. Flight controls for incorrect. Let's do that. So, oh, I won't forget the timer. Look, 4 forwards, 4 back, left and right. Rudders, right and left. How long have I been streaming for? 40 minutes. Oh my god. I've skipped half the checks. Consider.
Alice Springs, traffic King Air, November Bravo Romeo taxiing Papa Alpha Bravo Mike holding point runway 12, Alice Springs.
Parking brakes release, so VATSIM exterior lights as required to turn on a taxi light. That's so easy to knock stuff. Brakes test, that's what's taxiing. There we are, next is the before takeoff run-up. Now guys, the run-up, I did this earlier, and I did all of these checks, every single one of them, and it took me 25 minutes, okay? Just for the sake of this stream, trust me, it is modelled, it works in this thing, it's incredible. We won't have time to do all these checks. It's not the sort of cavalier attitude I take at work, but then again, I only have a jet engine, which is off and on. This thing is a beast. Right, so we're going to go to the whole point. We'll do some of the checklist, but I'm not going to do the engine run-up checks. Right, brakes off. And, yeah, I'm going to chop someone's head off here. Let me just shift P out of here, guys. Oh. Reverse. There we go, just do it manually. Oh, he's chasing me down, look. Let's just stop pushback. There we go. Perfect. Checklist Simulator 2023. Exactly. I could do all this in less than 15 minutes. Hey, that's... Oh, I'm moving. That's only double the amount of time... half the time it took me. There we are. I better say so as well. Let's have a look at the charts. There we are. This brings traffic. It's Victor Charlie Papa taxiing to holding point runway 12 via Alpha. We'll probably take Charlie intersection for departure. Are we not moving? There we go. Nose wheels stuck sideways. So this is just the...
Alice Springs traffic, November Bravo Romeo lining up runway 12, Alice Springs.
Hurry up, the holdover time will expire. I want some rain to check out these, so I can show you these wipers. But yeah, you know, when I first saw the release of this, I was thinking, oh, you know, Default King Air, so I think the Default King Air is a bit pants in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But then I just thought, you know, if you look at something like the Zebo mod, what's been done, and what other people have done to lots of other aircraft, the potential to build off the default aircraft is huge, and this is exactly what Black Square Just Fly have done. It's really, really nice. So there's a little narrow taxiway there. I think that's David, one of the members I can hear. There is a Qantas 73. in a OG livery. Very, very nice.
Alice Springs traffic, King Air, November, Bravo, Romeo, rolling runway 12.
You forgot the nav lights. Thanks. Nav lights on. Oh yeah, there it is. So we're just carrying on this parallel taxiway, just add a little bit of power. You should have done a power bag. Oh, King Air pilot, am I meant to have these in high idle now as well, or still in low idle? I've got it started. Hope there's no debris on that taxiway. Yes, yeah, what are these inertial separators? So the default sounds pretty good. Of course, random traffic everywhere. Low idle for the entire flight. Oh, high idle's only for charging the battery. Are you joking? Really? Oh, I've been using high idle before takeoff thinking I need it. Please do ignore the random Alice Springs ground traffic. So low idle for the entire flight. So when do I use high idle? Or for battery start? Well, there you go. And for takeoff, is it full power? Because I noticed on the takeoff power to limit, it said, well, it just gave maximum limits. It just said for takeoff, maximum 820 degrees turbine temperature and 100% torque. Just watch the red lines. Buzz. Okay. So we're going to get to the whole point.
Alice Springs traffic, King Air, November, Bravo, Romeo, passing 5,000 for flight level 240.
And then we'll look at what to do next.
Departing the circuit to the southwest, Alice Springs.
That car is now convertible. Full power will make flames appear. This is a very leisurely pace here, do bear with me. There's Qantas, there's TUI as well. Don't think this will be approved for a 7.3 to taxi down here. That will take an intersection and backtrack. Right, high idle only to start with the left engine. Okay, I'll leave it in low idle then. It's probably where I was going wrong. Right, here's the whole point. Hope you're right back there. Parking brake is set. Let's now look at the checklist. So as mentioned, you know, if I was here to do the full run-up checks here, we'd be here all day. There's lots of various checks of all the different electrical systems, icing, power levers, torque levers, all this sort of stuff here. I just hope there's nothing critical that I need to configure. So checking the electrical trim, boost, yaw damper, engage, cycle, autopilot off and on, power levers idle, auto ignition arm, prop governor tests, AFX enunciations, which are these little lights here. Oh my goodness me, auto feeder arm. Right, I think the thing is, if you scroll this, you can easily miss stuff here. So left prop RPM, prop amps. Bear with me, guys. I just want to make sure that was configured correctly. So flaps as required. So pneumatic pressure 0, right bleed airs off, leave them on for takeoff. Flaps set for departure. Flap indications are correct. Where is the flap indicator? There it is. So it's for takeoff. Fuel quantities checked. Charging the battery is all good as well. Okay, all good. Also, professional pilot ignoring it. Right, I think that's done. Electric heater off, generator loads checked. Well, I've got no warning lights on here. Battery ammeter charging or 0. It's on 0, so that's fine. Exterior lights set for takeoff. So landing, recognition. Don't need the ice lighting on. Auto ignition arm if required. I've armed it. No fuel transfer. Is that with ignition? Is that some sort of safety feature then? With the ignition no fuel transfer allowed. I'll leave it off then. Auto feather arm. Weather radar on. Transponders on out. Make sure that is the case. It is on, and weather radar on. There we go. Oh no, it's on test. There we are, on. That's up at +5. Propeller levers fully forward. Condition levers, it says high idle. So am I ignoring that? Am I ignoring the condition levels? Oh, V1 simulations, hello. Run-ups are pipers, you're in a Beechcraft, send it. Unbelievable. V1, I saw your King Air video. You nearly went off under the runway. I've done the same in Innsbruck in the 7.3. I think have you flown this, or certainly another King Air or a turboprop? Yes, do ignore that. Okay, thank you. Nudge chasers test, parking brake release, takeoff. Okay, that's it. Right then, so no, there's no one waiting for departure, is there? No, I've got a master caution here. We're going to cancel. There's nothing there. Right, so takeoff then. I'm following this checklist I have near me. So we're going to set takeoff power, release brakes, rotate between 90 or 100 and 105 knots, pitch to 10 to 15 degrees, climb out initially 110, then to best rate to climb 140, and then once we've done the after takeoffs, do 170. I'm going to hand fly for departure, and then once we get to about 5,000 feet or after that first turn, I'll engage the automation. We've got the GPS slaved. We're all good here.
Dallas Springs traffic, contest 2810, testing for departure. I'm going to take Delta and then backtrack on runway 12.
And Victor Charlie Papa taking off runway 12 now. Dallas Springs traffic. Yeah, my call sign today is Victor Hotel, Victor Charlie Papa. So anyway, can we have togas in chat? I think we've done everything here. Saw that, Aaron. Fly it like a Boeing. Oh dear. Right, what could possibly go wrong? Right, just before I forget, look. There's the timer. Timer's on. We've got plenty of runway, so I could do... Well, let's actually not do a rolling takeoff, I just want to do this correctly. So, starting winding in the power, just make sure... I'm going to set near full power. Just to make sure the ITT is not near the red line. AFX is on, whatever that is. Right, full power set. And brakes released. We're on our way. Okay. Airspeed to live. We're going to rotate around 100 knots. There's 100. Rotate. We're airborne. I'd have to give it a lot of right rudder to keep it level. Gears coming up. Accelerating a little bit too fast there. As soon as I let go of the rudder, it really wants to roll to the left. And there's 140 knots. Bye, Alice Springs.
Dallas Springs traffic, contest 2810, backtrack to backtracking runway 12.
Right, so pitch for 140. Let me just get this all nicely trimmed out. So we've got time. Here's a slave for the GPS. We've got 0.6 minutes, so about 35 seconds, 1.5 miles to the first on-nav waypoint. We've got to be at or above 2,200 feet, which we are. Just still going to pitch for 140 knots. Taxi light can come off. Flaps we can now retract. And we're going to lower the nose to accelerate to 170 knots now. I'm going to take a little bit of power off. There's the right turn coming in. And you can see here, you've got to manually update the course deviation indicator. This little red arrow is pointing towards the next active GPS waypoint. So just going to set about 1,000 feet per minute, accelerate to 170. I'm going to lower the RPM to 1,600. So proper RPM 1,600, just keeps it nice and quiet. There's 170 knots. I'm going to pitch up now to maintain 170. Arm the auto throttle cap. This doesn't have an auto throttle, does it? It's got lots of power, this thing. So there's 170. Apparently that's the cruise climb speed from sea level to 10,000 feet. Let's update the course deviation indicator so it matches. Course deviation indicator simulator. There we go. So you can see that it's overshot there, but I've turned when I was supposed to. I'm just going to continue that right turn slightly to get back onto the correct track. I'm just going to pitch for 170. Flies really nicely. It's very nice to hand fly. Right, there's 170 knots. You are the auto throttle. Can't wait for the fire warning. What have I forgotten to do? Have I forgotten to reduce... Oh yeah, I'm a bit close to the red light. I'll take a bit of power off. Was the torque a bit too high? Oops. Oh, 110% over torque. Sorry, guys. This isn't a CFM, is it? Yeah, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. So, remember, I do not fly turboprops. What's a good percentage torque? Maximum is 104%. Okay. I'll set about 95. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Who here's a King Air pilot? Not me. Actual handling, I think I'm doing okay. Just minus the near blowing the engines off the aircraft. Right, nearly back on track. Right. Once I get established here, I'll try and engage some automation. I think I need it. That's how this springs anyway. And we've got these two needles pointing back towards the VOR on the station if we get a little lost. Let's turn left now en route. As the engine sigh relief. You lot. It's good, it's all good, it's all good. There we go. So, nicely established inbound to the next waypoint. I've got right rudder in here just to keep the wings level because I'm just going to go heads down to get this autopilot in. Just down here. So, we're going to go yaw damper, autopilot, nav, and then climb. If you press climb, it has sort of like an automatic climb profile, which is based off the most efficient thing to do. So it'll pitch, I think, for... 10. Well, I'll tell you in a second when I get the manual out. But yeah, it's now accelerating to that speed. It will carry on climbing shortly. Thanks, Dealey.
I have some qualified AMPs ready to meet you on the ground to rebuild those once beautiful PT6s that are now melting. Kidding, this is a great stream.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Now, I've made a note of this, so when I next fly the King Air, it won't... I won't try and kill the engines.
2810 departing immediately, runway 1.
Thank you very much, Dealey. That's very kind of you. Appreciate the donation. You continue to support as a member, sir. V1, was the torque a bit high? Yeah, I thought Boeing pilots knew that what red lines meant. We don't have any red lines on the EGT exceedances. You'd have to firewall it for a very long time to get anywhere near that. Right, look, the engines are fine. There's no rattling sounds. What's AFX, by the way? I was curious as to what that was. But it says limitation. What's a good power setting for the climb? I'm going for 95. There we are, it's beginning to climb now to a little bit more of an efficient speed. So, looking here, the climb profile, let me just have a look in the manual. Where is it here? Settings, whole words. So in climb, it will now climb to 10,000 feet. And when it's at 10,000 feet, it'll pitch for 160 knots, I think. Just make sure we are in climb. Yeah, we are. Okay, so probably it's going to keep slowing down when it gets to 160. It'll start pitching up there. There's the next on-nav waypoint. Uh, 160 under 10 knots. Thanks. Right, yeah. I haven't actually completed the after takeoff checklist, so that might help with certain things here. So engine failure, takeoff, climb. So power levers, climb power. I need to find the pilot's operating handbook. 785 degrees max. Torques there. Prop sync can come on. Engine instruments monitor. Yep, wasn't doing that. So they're in a sensible setting now. Exterior lights as required. So they're above 10,000. Let's turn off the landing lights. Windshield anti-ice normal. Set cruise altitude. So 24,000 feet. I'm coming to your auto feather. So cabin altitude I think is the large dial. No, small dial, sorry. So 24,000 feet, so cabin altitude will be 5,500 feet. And yes, sorry, auto feather coming off. There we go, off. No smoking above 10,000 feet can come off. And we'll set standard shortly. What is the transition altitude here? Much lower, isn't it? Anyway, look, I'm flying the SID accurately. The automation is. Transition altitude was 10,000, so we'll set standard now. There we are, so it's now going to pitch to maintain 160. There we are. Add a 10 minus the little exceedance in engine torque settings. That's all good, looks fine. Let me just check the condition of these engines. 59%. Yes, that might have been might have had something to do with the fact I did absolutely cane them. Oh no. You can make it master caution. Auto feather off. Okay, that's fine. All good, all good. 350 out of 10 would fly again. 8, I reckon. You did well. Cheers, Steve. Yeah, slightly used. 7.37 out of 10. Unbelievable. Yeah. So what is the primary power setting you're using in this? I mean, what are you primarily referencing? Is it the torque? Set temperatures. Yeah, it's going to be this, isn't it? I set full power on takeoff, and then did that just climb as we accelerated? I don't know. But yeah, you know, moving on to the actual product itself, very, very nice. And love this GPS. You can fly with modern avionics like this. You can go old school with conventional nav if you so wish. This is the VOR we have tuned to Alice Springs VOR, so I have as backup. Look, you can see what radial we're on. The 232 radial, the tail of those needles on 232. It's just the way everything moves, looks, the appearance. For example, if I switch that to ADF, the springiness there. It's just a quality add-on. And these little digital displays here, 4.5 minutes for next waypoint and 11.7 miles. There's the GME based ground speed, 156 knots. Really nice. Gently used. You've set 2985, sorry. In the use hectopascals, don't they? There we go. I better check the pressurizing. These engines are fine. So big needles cabin altitude 5,000. Little needles diff pressure 4.8 psi. Cabin altitude is actually level at the moment. Yeah, lots of attention to detail. It's very, very nice. V1, you can be power limited by the ITT, turbine temperature or torque, depending on ambient conditions. Do you have to increase power as you climb? Because I see the torque's dropping off. So do I keep increasing power as we go ups? And V1, sorry, I think I might have missed it. Did you fly? Was it the King Air you flew? He's your man if you want to learn about King Airs then. Yes, it will drop off. Get it under red line and watch the ITTs. Okay. I'll keep increasing power slowly. It's on this efficiency climb now, 140 knots. Right, everything's under the red needles. I've got full power now. That's full power. So that's really interesting. So low idle, you just keep it there. So on my test sectors, I was going to high idle, just because that's what it says on the included checklist. On the included checklist, 98% or just below the red line. Okay. Well, the engines cannot afford much more punishment. And here is Australia, somewhere we don't really explore that often. This green and lush landscape. Nice to see that Fly Live is working as usual. Current speed is 0 knots. Everything else seems to be working though. Torque and ITT drop off as you climb. Very interesting. Almost 60% chance of not flaring out getting into the Dudley Aussie Outback. I'm at Ams. I like those odds. Okay. Oh, the condition levers only change the speed the engine's idle at. Oh, so hence why the battery needs to... Okay. Hey Robert, I all been stalking in the back. Great fun this flight. Good to see you here too. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Rotafib, not Robert Blink, I said. Green as far as the eye can see, the blind passenger says. This is very educational. In isolation, I've been down the road on the side of those ranges hundreds of times. I never get sick of it. Very cool. Low idle only changes the idle speed and subsequent fuel flow, not power the idle end of the power band. Most commonly used to start the first engine off a battery start. Very cool. I want to go. I feel like this is too slow a speed, but it seems to be happily climbing there. And I guess when I level off, I just leave it at full power and just accept whatever cruise speed I get. And I believe this will just level off itself. There we are. It's great to have these GPSs on her. So descent planning, I'm just going to keep it busy, work out the ETA to our first waypoint on the RNAV transition and just descend at 1,000 feet per minute. Now levelling off, so climb has gone to out, half bank engaged, the aircraft's now going to accelerate at whatever speed I guess we can get out of it. Now, I flew this approach earlier. We'll get rid of these charts now. We're going to Ayres Rock, aka Uluru, and oh, let's get the charts here. So there is stars, just basically route direct to the NDB, and there's DME as well, co-located. This is the RNAV approach I want to fly now. Does this aircraft have the ability, because I noticed on the approach, I did 2 test sectors, one without this. When I used this GPS though, I had vertical deviation guidance. So vertical deviation guidance, sort of like a, well, it was an LRV-nav based approach, so it had the vertical profile there. Now, to get the autopilot to fly that, do I just simply push approach like you would an ILS and it will follow the vertical profile off this? That's my question. There we are, accelerating away, not that you can see it because this still says 0 knots. Let me just reset fly live. I think we've got a bit of a headwind. Yeah, ground speed is 234 knots. And we are going from YBAS to YAYE. Victor Hotel, Victor Charlie. Okay, that's the reset. Okay, the aircraft accelerating, there we go. Click home, then utilities, then you can select VNav in there to calculate for certain waypoints. Oh, you guys are legends, telling me all this stuff. So, click home, then utilities. So, yeah, I think I need to probably purchase the full version. This is just the basic free version, which has got lateral navigation. I think the full version is fully modelled. It's a separate standalone product, by the way.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
Why were the props feathered on the ground? They keep spinning, but in the air they actually stop. That's because of the drag. Well, I guess in the air I wouldn't know. Oh, it's just been such a long time since I've flown props. As far as I know, I only have the vertical profile if you're using the mod from PMS. Yes, that's what I've heard. If it's an LPV, a real 750XI would do it, but not sure how this GTN is modelled. The real one should couple for an LPV and you would get guidance on the HSI. So certainly laterally, vertically it's doing something though, because I got vertical deviation guidance in VNav, and I just used vertical speed to stay on it, and it put me right on the pappies. So it was working quite nicely. Activate GPS approach, then use the approach autopilot button. So I press this, and then simply arm approach. We'll give it a try later. It'd be quite cool to try an arm approach. Listen, have you ever flown a turboprop like during training? No, not at all. I've never flown a turboprop. The largest propellered aircraft I've ever driven is a Scenic, which I did my instrument training and rating on. And it was the last time I flew a twin-engine prop aircraft, so we're talking 13 years ago now. The only time I've been on a light aircraft since then is not for my own benefit. I stupidly let my SCP rating lapse, and when I started working flying the 737, I had no money. I had a huge amount of debt to pay off, so you know, I had to sort of give up the SCP rating. Would I restart it now? You know, I like to spend my spare time generally doing stuff for this channel, and this summer, guys, has been absolutely brutal. So busy, and I've flown this year. Bear in mind, January, February were quite quiet. I've flown this year 710 hours this year, so I've got 190 hours left till the end of the year. Maximum legal I can fly. The last 4 months have been 90+ hours block time. There we are. So we're getting 210 knots. And I'd hazard a guess that these engine indications, I've got full power set here by the way. This would be akin to what you'd expect from the real aircraft. Turbine temperatures here, torque, cruise speeds. I saw a King Air pilot comment on a video of this, and he said he was very impressed with it. Domino Mosina, unlikely now. No, I've got for November about 50 hours now, halved. It's great. I'm doing quite a bit in the sim at the moment, helping out a little bit. I'm not a TRI, or I don't work as a TRI anymore at my operator, but they need a lot of additional bodies and stuff, so I've been going out of base, occasionally doing that. Look at this landscape. Whoa! Who's that up there? I'm about to get overtaken. I don't know if you can see him. He's there. Very good. We seem to be nice and steady at about 210 knots though. And let's go here to flight plan. Is there a way
50,
to
40,
see
30,
your ETA at
20,
your arrival?
10.
That's what I'd like to know. Hi Noah, thank you very much for the $5, sir.
Cap, I'm still laying in the hospital recovering after your crash landing at Lisbon. Hope this next approach is better.
Unbelievable, Noah. Where's the middle bird emoji? Unbelievable comment. I was about to. I thought I first saw you. Oh, you're in hospital. I hope you're feeling okay. Oh no, it's just the banter flowing. Yes, listen, the A340 Airbus. You know, it escaped me on approach. Okay, I tried to flare. I'd been streaming for over 8 hours. And I defaulted to flaring at 20 to 30 feet, like you do in the 737. It didn't work, and we arrived in Lisbon, one way or another. It was firm, not dangerously so, but yeah, that is brutal shots fired. Unbelievable. Infinwalk, you're coming to overtake. Is that you, sir? Nice aeroplane there. Is that a 7-3? Superb choice, sir. Fact, with the magic Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think we can go and say hello a little closer. Drone speed. Where are you? Look at this sim. Sim is improving dramatically. There you are. You can see that is the speed difference, okay? So the camera's moving at the speed I'm going. Look at this. That's the speed difference between the King Air and the 7.3. Model matching is excellent, isn't it? Now, can you? Where are we? Are we directly? There we are. Look, you're directly overhead now. That's so cool. about to touch your tail. Sam, mate, says, mate, I flew that exact route and did a 209 feet per minute at A330. Medals in the post, Sam. Really cool. How do I find out the ETA at destination? That's what I'd like to know. So we're about to Luvav and then Yankee Alpha, Yankee Echo. No, this add-on obviously gives you a lot of versatility. You can fly to lots of exciting destinations now. You know, here's that plug-in, payware plug-in for that. You can really have quite a lot of fun in this aircraft. Crazy, quite a well-known or common question, something I wish not to disclose. Not a real pilot, I believe. See, if you were to watch my last stream, I'd ask that very question myself. Yeah, I saw Microsoft Flight Sim did an update for gliders, or a video about gliders. I think I'm really looking forward to that massive update they're doing in November, which brings lots of cool aircraft. Date for your diaries, guys. Week on Tuesday, I am doing a very special charity stream. For those of you who don't know, I do charity streams since 50,000 subscribers. Every 10,000 subscribers, I got in contact with a very well-known organisation who are doing a streaming week, and they asked if I could represent them, which I said I'd love to. And not only that, I'm not sure yet, but I'm hoping to get hold of some very nice peripherals to give away. But I can't say for sure yet if I'm going to get them or not. Still waiting to hear from a company that's liaising with that company. But I will reveal that soon. Rob Fibber, I don't know if you can specify the livery, but yes, they saw the American TWA livery, so cool. Is that the flight sim? So sure. If you work, I have a question. When descending, if your first restriction is a below restriction, what do you set on the MCP? Put the altitude with a B after the assigned flight level. What is the glide ratio for 737? Truthfully, I don't actually know. It's something you usually have to worry about. But yes, you just want to get that thing on the ground as soon as possible. Technically, the props on this King are currently twisted right off the shafts, so you're probably right, KRZY. Unbelievable! Horrible, you lot today. You got to remember, you know, two things. One, I've never flown a King Air, and it's a twin-engined, two-pilot aircraft. Well, I know it's single-pilot ops. Secondly, I fly a 7.3, okay? 7.3, and it's all I've flown for 12 years. I'm hardwired into flying one type of aircraft where, fortunately, I can set a power setting and leave it, and I don't have to worry about exceeding temperatures. Yes, we have limits at maximum takeoff power 5 minutes, and you've got to go to max continuous thrust, but that's about it. So when I default to flying an aircraft here, especially when the workload is high, I set a takeoff power setting. I'm pretty confident in a 7.3 I can leave it. In this thing, obviously, I have ripped off the props or something. But there you go. Yes, that's true. I agree. Nearly at Luvav anyway. 0.5 miles. Sequence of an X1. There you go. Message waypoint. Boom. 21 minutes to go until we're overhead Ayres Rock. Oh yeah. Slight left turn there. What a lovely add-on. Tom, I don't want to pick on you too much to enjoy these off-type aircraft streams. A helicopter stream. I've never flown a helicopter live stream. It'd be a disaster. Right, let's have a look at this arrival. Actually, what we're going to do is slightly jig things now. So we're going to actually route direct to the initial waypoint for the RNAV approach here. So what I'm going to do here is go into this funky thing. Procedure approach. I'm going to fly the RNAV 13 Zulu via the Whiskey Golf transition. Yes. There we are. So we're going to route direct to this waypoint and fly the RNAV approach. And what I'm going to do is load approach. I think maybe the aircraft will already turn. No, it won't yet. Let's go to home. So I think I then need to just activate approach. It's continuing to Alpha Yankee Echo for now, but let's actually route direct to that waypoint now. To activate approach. There we are. So we're now going to make a right turn. I don't like the creaking sound it makes whilst turning. So we're now routing direct to Alpha Yankee 2 Whiskey Golf, and on this RNAV arrival I want to be at least 4,700 feet and slowed right down. So let's say we need to descend to 5,000 feet and we're at 24,000 feet, so we only need to lose, what's that, 19,000 feet, and we are how far away? 20 minutes. So I think we should start our descent now, 1,000 feet per minute, and start setting up the approach. So what I'm going to do, top of descent in chat, give us plenty of time still to set everything up here. I'll set 5,000 feet. Just very basic descent planning. I have no idea what the target descent speed is in the King Air. I'm just going to go vertical speed. And as we slow down, obviously the time it will take will be a little bit longer. So vertical speed, I'll hold down a little bit. There we are. Let's make sure we're doing about 1,000 feet per minute. Take a little bit of power off. And if the aircraft accelerates a bit, that's fine. Down we go. That's absolutely fine. And now I know how to go back to the aircraft. Perfect. 18 minutes, so we're accelerating a little bit there. So we'll just do a little... I don't mind being level at 5,000 feet for a short while, so I might just descend a little more, just around 1,400 feet. There we go. We'll leave it at that. Let's start setting up for this approach. So, we're going to route direct to Alpha Yankee 2 Whiskey Golf, which is what we're doing now. That's the initial approach fix. We cannot be below 4,700. So we're going to go down to 4,700 now. Pull for 100 feet. Increments. Zarnav approach. So I will set the HSI course to 126 on final. The minimums... It's high elevation here, so it's 1,600 feet, so minimum is 2,000 feet, 388 feet AGL. So you wouldn't use decision height off an approach like this on a 7.3. This is just to get a DH indication. Obviously this will take into account any undulated terrain, so it's not that accurate. 2,000 feet is the magic number on the altitude for the MDA. So I'm going to route there, then to Alpha Yankee Tango Whiskey India. 2 Whiskey India, 4,700, and then when we're 4.3 miles from Alpha Yankee 2 Whiskey Foxtrot here, so it's about there where my mouse cursor is, we'll initiate a descent. We'll step down to 3,340. Well, what I'll actually do, I'll set 2,000 feet, which is the minimums, and we'll use vertical speed. And if I can have this if I can get this vertical profile mode to work, that'll be great. Trolling further, props form forward, idle, and sad. Oh, this turboprop terminology. All these pro turboprop pilots coming in here. I've got no clue. That's it. The 40th anniversary is released. I'm just waiting for someone to turn up in a group flight. That's what we're doing, Steve. We're going to do a Spruce Goose group flight. Just imagine that. The noise. Anyway, down we go. So yeah, we're gonna just follow L and B nav. Follow this around. And then I'm going to configure the approach. I'll slow down. I think the maximum speed for first natural flops is 202 knots. Then I'll drop the gear. Then for full flaps, 158 knots. I've got all the max flap placard speeds recorded. Fuel's absolutely fine. We've got plenty. Does it use fuel in the auxiliary tank first? Maybe it does. And does it just put it into the main tank? Oh, look, it's actually filling the main tank as we speak. Is that automatic? That's superb if it is. So yeah, happy with it. Now 4,700 down. We'll go to the minimums. Missed approach is set to go around power track direct to Alpha Yankee 2 Whiskey Hotel. And then make a left turn, track 325, climb to 4,700. Then have another go at the approach. RVR weather should be fine. Let's have a little look at the METAR now. If it is up to date. Seeing it's the middle of the night here in real life. So, surface wind is thunderstorms. So this is the weather at Ayres Rock. 22015, so a 15 knot crosswind. We'll go for runway 13. Thunderstorms, 19 degrees. Where's that weather radar? Well, we're within 80 miles, and I can't see anything on the weather radar yet. I wonder if Microsoft Flight Simulator's ability to read METARs is working. There's 8 engines on the Spruce Goose, crazy. Get to steam gauge modifiers and RNAV with GPS support. No, shush tails. Look, we've still got backed up VOR, 118 miles. You guys all know how much I love a conventional navigation stream. It's been in a while, but my I want to fly the Phoenix 747 again. And that is all INS and conventional navigational based. But yes, this just makes it a little bit easier. One of the reasons is manipulating the automation is quite tricky in this. You've got to go heads down. Anyway, our descent's going well. Landing performance will go full flap. This is what I'm following here in the background, guys. So I'm following this. What to do? Configure according to this. You can find it online by JD. It's pretty good. Cruise checklist, power levers we set, water feeder we turned off, engine failure on climb, engine shut down. It's great. Smoke fumes very likely today. Cabin depressurization. Just keeps going. There we go. That's not what I was looking for. So pressurization controller set to destination altitude. What's the elevation? 1626. So I guess I just dial that in here. Do I? What do I? I genuinely don't know what that means when it wants me to set destination altitude. It is there. Rate. I'll just put command shift 0. Hope I don't kill anyone. Set the inside number to the airport elevation. Thank you. Well, that's. Is that? Do you count that as? Would that be? Oh, would that be about there? Complicated. Exterior line set, tell them to set local, don't need to do that yet, so I'll put the snow smoking signal sign on now. And next is approach. So we've got 10 minutes to go, and about another 10,000 feet to descend, so this is looking good. Speed's okay, it's come a little bit high, I just don't want to go above the needle. Just take a little bit of power off. See, the engines are absolutely fine, no problem. Never have I had 2 engine fires in a stream in a prop engine aircraft before. Sorry, I meant outside. I thought you flew this in King Air pilot. About there. Oh, I tell you what, Navigraph does have. The airport does have an NDB and DME, so I could go 233 for the ADF. And then I'll have a needle pointing directly towards the airport, so I'll put these over to ADF. Select 233. Bong! There we go. That's pointing directly towards the airport. I think the second ADF is down there. Great add-on. Great add-on. There we are. Those two needles are now pointing towards the airport. King Air pilot, I have no idea why Nightbot hit that. Sorry, it must be a fake pilot, I guess. I'm joking, King Air pilot. It's always the banter. Perfect. Do you guys still fly? I was just seeing your comment there by Dilly. What's an NDB? I don't even have an ADF anymore. Yeah, I guess some of the newer light general aviation aircraft don't have an ADF. I mean, the NDBs are very few and far between. Bizarrely, we do have some destinations with NDB approaches still. We obviously don't use the NDB. We're using the approach information in the database, select it, and then using it on our VNAV. But we have to, if it is an NDB approach, have it tuned and identified. So we are descending into Uluru. Don't forget, after landing, we're going to do an online group flight. I'd recommend jumping into the default King Air. We're going to start up on the runway, and I'll try not to blow the engines up, and we're going to fly. Let me just show you this awesome chart here. This is an actual procedure here for the scenic flight. Look at this. We're going to do this. Ayres Rock, climb to 4,000 feet, fly the Ayres Rock scenic flight route, climb to 4,500. Then we're going to go to the Olgas, or Kata, this, and then go back into Ayres Rock. This is the actual special procedure flown by helicopters and light aircraft. Anyway, descending, passing 11,000 feet, so we'll turn the lights on. There were very few annunciations illuminated, that's a good sign. Set the local pressure setting in Ayers Rock. 1012. Set. Oh, we have just DME here. There's no VOR. So what I'm going to do here, just close the charts for a second. Look, there's DME 17.1, but it's only a DME station. So 17.1. So what you'll find is you'll get DME information, obviously. Oh, that's really tuned. Let's get stuck. There we go. So the DME should be updating here any second. Oh, that's nav 2. That's one. Nav 2 and nav 1. There we are. So channel 1, channel 2. This is DME distance from 7 minutes. Great, it's so cool. So that's just direct to the airport. And you got the ident Alpha Yankee.
Ayres Rock traffic, King Air,
Awesome.
November Bravo, Romeo 20 miles north, IFR, instrument approach for runway 13, estimated arrival time 48. Ayres Rock.
So 6 minutes to go. Remember, we're going to level off at 4,700 feet. I don't mind being level for a short while. Just some of the thunderstorms coming into view. Oh, there's a little bit of something painting. Doesn't look too bad though. Interesting. Alright, turn up the sounds here. The sim. Is that volume okay, guys? Trolling Thunder, you've missed the joy of flying a single engine NDB down to minimum and loads of crosswinds. Go missed it, do it again. Well, sounds like a sim check to me. Alright, there's an aircraft ahead of us. We'll contact traffic shortly. And then we're going to start slowing down, approaching the airport here. So I've got the guide here. So approach, start slowing down, level, set speed to around 150 to 160 knots. We go 180 initially. Yep, volume's good, thanks guys. So yeah, this is, you could call it cheating. I'm using a modern avionics system and LNAV and VNAV, but it's just, it's my first ever time flying, well, my first ever time flying any King Air was yesterday. And did two test sectors, both went okay, but you know, I have to take some time just to get familiar with the cockpit again. Speed's okay. Lights are on. What else do I need to do? Fuel, flaps, approach, snow smoking seats are done there. Rest. Prop sync goes off. Do we put the auto feather on? Oh, prop leaves full forward as well. Want to go.
Ayres Rock, Uluru traffic, contest 2810, descending 7,700 for 4,700. We're going to try and not get in your way, the King Air to our left.
Uh-oh.
Qantas 2810, November Bravo Romeo, you're a bit faster, you go ahead.
Roger that, I will speed up and...
Wasn't a sim check, unbelievable. Right, I've got to be careful with these engines, I've already hurt them a lot. Right, levelling off. Let's keep the power banks, we'll start slowing down anyway. I'm going to set this to the runway QDM 126. That just helps situation awareness see where you are in relation to the runway. Can't see a... Oh, that could be the storm. Look at that rain shower over there. Lovely. Can't see Uluru yet. It's not going to be nice for our group flight. We're going to get us caught out here. Right, speeds. Can you go all the way to idle? I don't want to go all the way to idle, but because you're going to get the gear warning on. But I don't want to. There's no. Oh, I don't like how those engines are shaking a little bit. They're still at 59%. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, look at this weather! I'm gonna have to fly an RNAV approach here. Ayres Rock traffic, it's Victor Charlie Papa, just about to start the RNAV approach onto runway 12. Oh, I'm gonna need some cockpit lighting soon. Look at this weather, it's gone horrible out there. Right, I'm gonna take Nancha flops there, so start slowing down. Just want to maintain about 160. It's probably quite early. But these engines, I don't like how they talk shaking up and down. You can go all the way to idle. The gear warning signs on the left power. And also don't forget autofill armed and engine anti-ice on for landing. Is engine anti-ice on for all landings? Interesting. So everything's so different. Engine... where... I want to put the pitot heat on as well. Fuel vent, my goodness, there we go. Engine anti-ice on. Oh, I need to increase the RPM to max. I'm trying to be so careful with this aircraft. There's 160 anyway. Next configuration point, we to lower the landing gear and set flap 2 at about 140 knots. I've gone very slow very early here, guys, just because I want to make sure I get configured correctly. Ooh, well, I hope we can see the airport at minimums. MJ is quite close to the ground.
Uluru traffic, Qantas 2810 on final RF runway 13, Alice.
Don't go to idle. Long small up time, but this is ancient knowledge. Oh, so you don't suck up Fondy and national separators. Your weather radar is in standby. That is not ideal. Let's check the speed out there. So I get the impression I need to be quite delicate with these engines, but I think it's only when you're setting full power. It's actually really good, such a good looking air. Right, so we're sort of on a base leg here. We're turning to the next waypoint now. Alpha Yankee 2 Whiskey India. And then when we're 4.3 miles from the next waypoint, we start our descent. So I'm going to press this. No, we'll get a little bit closer. We're going to keep it armed for now. I'm just going to say a 160 with flat 1. It's such a wicked add-on. I really like it. It's just going to have, you can have so much fun with this. We'll have to turn the live weather off for our Scenic flight on the Microsoft Flight Sim servers. So if you want to join me on that one, I'll be on the
Rock traffic King Air, November
west.
Bravo Romeo turning final runway 13, full stop. Ayres Rock.
Oh, there, we're right behind him. There we are. I might just slow down a little bit further. Oh, we're going to be quite close to him there. Not quite turning final yet. Just going to slow down to about 140 knots. Thank goodness for the autopilot. Right, coming to the next waypoint, then we'll turn final. And we're going to initiate that descent 4.3 miles away from the next waypoint. So where this will change, and then when it's at 4.3, we descend further. There we are. Just gone off the network, guys, because I don't want to get right behind Dave here. Right, here's the turn final, coming up shortly. Whoa, speed, just getting a little bit slow there. There's the turn final, and remember we're waiting for 4.3 miles. So what I'm going to do now is wait until we're around 120. I'm going to drop the gear, start slowing down, and when we're below 120 I'll select landing flap. God, it's a good job we are doing the RNAV approach. Landing flap selected, just going to maintain about 120 knots, wait for 4.3 DME. Let me try this. See, it's not showing it yet. GPS active. I'm going to probably have to go vertical speed, so I'm going to set 2,000 feet. There's 4.3. Let's start a descent. Vertical speed down. And we'll do 1,000 feet per minute. Oh god, I can't see anything. Speed. Ooh, speed's a little bit low there. So I'm going to do some height checks here. So passing 3 miles, 4,300 feet. Rate of descent's going to be high there. 3 miles. Oh yeah, we're not in a 7.3 anymore. Trim up. Need to be doing about 700-800 feet per minute, I think. So this is just an LNAV approach. Gah! Try oh, okay. Let me try this approach mode again then. So nav, if I select approach. No, there's no vertical deviation there. I'll just keep going at vertical speed then. Right, next is 2 miles. 2 miles, 3,980. 2 miles, we're bang on profile here. Our ground speed is 109 knots. What rate of descent do we need to be doing? 109 knots. Oh, this is so high. We're going 500 feet per minute, which is what we're doing. I'm just going to keep this vertical speed going, guys, until we see the runway. Wish me luck. Gear down, flaps full. Airspeed's fine. 100 knots, isn't it? 105 knots is the final approach speed, or a bit... Oh, yeah. Approach on final V, 100 to 110. I'm a bit slow, aren't I? Right, we'll wait until we're past the waypoint. I don't know why I'm not getting any approach information. This is a manual vertical speed approach. VRS, oh sorry, 115 knots. I'll accelerate. I'm trying my hardest here. So I've got GPS mode active, selected approach armed, and VNAV's in, but I can't get any deviation guidance. So approaching the waypoint, overhead the next waypoint, we need to be at 3,300 feet. 3,500, a little bit high, so I'm going to increase the rate of descent to about 700 feet per minute. Whoa, that's way too much, 1,000, no, that's too much. Speed's 120 now. So next we've got DME from the way... Ah, look, I've got vertical deviation now. Okay, let me try approach mode again. Oh, I might just hand fly it. So this is not a glide slope, remember, we've got radio altitude live now. I just want to do a really gentle descent. We've got until 2,000 feet, which is minimums. Okay, we're 1 dot low, that's fine. That rate of descent, we should catch it back up. Speed's good. Oh my goodness, this can't be right accurate, rather. Look at this. We've got until 2,000 feet, guys, which is minimums. Oh my goodness me, what's going on? Why do I have to do it? This is an RNAV approach, guys, not an ILS. Yeah, glide slow won't arm. Yeah, ILS won't. Speed's a bit low here. I'm 600 feet above the minimums now. I still can't see anything. What's live weather in Microsoft Flight Simulator is completely broken, isn't it? Or is it, unless it's a thunderstorm right here? Oh, right, I'm gonna have to disconnect. Right, my controls. I've got until 2,000 feet. I've got lateral guidance on the flight director. I can't see a thing. 2,000 feet, I've got to go around. I'm not sure. It's saying fly right, the flight director. Oh, it's now raining. Right, it's worth... I can't see what I'm doing. Where's the flight bears? That's showing fly right. And I need to descend. Oh no! I'm leveled off. 1,000 feet per minute. This is not good. I'm going to have to go back to Alice Springs at this rate. 400 feet till minimums. Getting back on that vertical profile. Plugged in 1,000 feet per minute. 300 feet till minimums. Oh. No, I've got till 2,000 feet to the minimums, guys. 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. And I can't see anything going around. Oh, there's the Papaiso! Continue, continue. 3 whites. Continue, 4 whites. I would have got around in real life, I'll have you know. Oh, 15 knot crosswind, don't forget. Oh my goodness me. Oh, this is... Look at this crosswind! The storm must be right here. Oh my goodness me! Cut the power. Left rudder, aileron into wind. Reverse. That was a little risky. God, the reverses scene. I haven't even touched the brakes. That was just reverses. Whoa, that was really sketchy. Oh my goodness me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Uluru. Oh my goodness me. Oh, that was, yeah, so a couple of things there. At minimums, I was not visual. I went around and I just saw the pappies. So in real life, you commit to go around. You know, that was beyond sketchy. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot the flight recorder. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, impressive, risky, very illegal. So when you're at minimums, you can't see anything. You go around. You commit to that. That was, you know, it's a sim, it's a bit of fun. I saw the runway, and that was actually on profile. And bear in mind, I'd been using vertical speed for the entire approach. just winged it, but it works at the end of the day. This is actually not too dissimilar to how we fly vertical speed approaches at my operator. You see, what we do, we'll use a lateral mode like LNAV or heading select, and then vertical speed to fly your vertical profile. And all you need to know is your ground speed to work out the target rate of descent. And then, as I was doing, each mile, do a height check. And then you see how it is, up, down, and adjust your vertical speed accordingly. Obviously, I'm doing it in an aircraft I have absolutely no experience flying. And yeah, I was not expecting to see the lights at minimums. That was beyond sketchy, and you know, probably hand flying it was the wrong decision because that took away a lot of my capacity, but we're here in one piece. We just broke quite a few laws at minimums. I enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed it too. I'm sorry I've upset some of the pro pilots, King Air pilots, but it's quite hard. Right, let me go get this aircraft parked on the stand and we'll clean up as well. What lights do you need to see legally? So at minimums for a Cat 1 or a non-position approach, you need to see some element of the approach lights, you know, be it the leading in lights, the runway, anything like that, that's fine to continue. For Cat 2, Cat 3, you need 3 consecutive sets of lights as well. But with winter coming around the corner here in Europe, it's a good time to review all of those things. So I'll do some streams of the 7.3 in low vis. We can look at all the procedures together and get everything all ready. But I think that's something you'll enjoy. But yeah, that was very sketchy. You know, I was not expecting. I mean, I don't know if Microsoft Flight Sim's gone a little. No, actually, to be fair, I have to give credit to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've just looked at the latest meta. Weather here is 250 at 12 knots, which was a full 12 knot crosswind, 1800 meters visibility, heavy thunderstorms, sort of rain, scattered cloud, 18 degrees, and QH is now increased back to 1013. 1800 meters. So had we had ATC and we had the reported RVR, yeah, look, there'd be an approach ban in force. So I didn't know that. We could not have legally flown that approach. Look, you need 2,200 meters. The RVR is 1,800. So there would be an approach ban in force. But you know, there's no ATC. I've got no reports of the RVR before the last meta. I think it was 10k. So the weather's just quickly come here into Ayres Rock very, very quickly. I think we're going to have to turn live weather off for the group flight there. Wow. Did not realise it was dropped there. Did you really break any laws if no one was there to see it? Not the attitude I take in real life, but for the stream, yes. Yeah, very, very nice. Great add-on. And working wipers. What more could you ask for? Right, let me just bring the aircraft to a stop here. I've retracted the flaps. Got a bit of noise on my throttle even there. Parking brake is set. Let's have a look at the checklist. Bulk landing after landing. Edge anti-ice as required, so we can take that off. Auto ignition is already off. Exterior lights as required, so we can turn off the recognition lights. The taxi landing lights, strobes are off already, flaps are up, verify 0 on the cabin altitude. Not quite. Oh no, that's the elevation, no, diff is 0, and that's the elevation, that's fine. Weather radar can come off. Yeah, look at that. Whew. Charming. That's superb. Well done, Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it looks like just heavy rain. Really cool. Shut down then. Parking brake set. Auto feather can now come off. Don't forget we're going to do a group flight now. We're going to have to turn off live weather though. Look at that. Fix these engines as well. Did I actually damage them any more? Or was it just my exuberant takeoff? Or batteries. Where? I'll have to turn this off, wouldn't I? Just want to see if it was at 59%. See if I damaged it on the approach there. Did you use the FT Sim King Air sound pack? No, these are the default sounds. 59%, see? Engine and approach, no harm to my engines on this aeroplane. Windshield wipers off. So oxygen handles off, emergency lights on, avionics master switch can come off. Just trying to remember where all these switches are. AC inverters off, cabin masters off. I think this is after shutting the engine down. No, there's so much stuff to do. Where's the bit to actually shut the engines off? Oh yeah, flight idle. Oh no, yeah, it was going to do that, completed the flight thing. No, it's fine. There we are. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ayres Rock. Who would have thought the weather would be like this? 4 hours on the hobs, 59% engine wear. Fly line completely broke as well. Ugh, stupid thing. Let's turn that off. Great add-on. Now, unfortunately, none of the doors are animated or anything like that, but no, very nice to have tried. It is available now to purchase. $27.99 turns the King Air into a study level machine, and you can try flying, you know, instrument approaches in you know, minimum RVR required. But there would have been an approach ban in real life. The RVR now is 1,800 meters. That will be with this heavy rain, where we needed, what was it, 2,300. In hindsight, if I'd known that, I would have said, guys, can't do that. Let's can the approach, and we'll go back to Alice Springs. I guess this part of the world probably needs some rain. 2,200 meters. Great stream, thanks, Dealey. Props to Feathertube, sorry. Yeah, oh, guys, you know, it's gone to pot. And I guess I meant to do that before shutting off the engines. There we are. It's feathered. A bit slow. Oh, yeah, but you could do the full checklist to your heart's content. You know, there's all sorts of non-normal checklists here as well. So much stuff going on. Shut down and securing. Well, there you go. Secure. There we go. Brilliant, brilliant add-on. I'll fly again one day for sure. Taking a bit of prep this one, but I hope. Thanks for bearing with me. You know, it's all new to me. Right, guys. So this is it. We're going to jump back into the aircraft. See if I can break the engines even more. We're going to spawn back into Uluru. I'm going to turn off live weather because we want to enjoy the scenes of the Microsoft Flight Sim scenery. Obviously, we won't be able to see anything within live weather. So join me. I'll be on runway 13 here in about 10 minutes. Engines running in the King Air. Join me with some formation flying. We're going to take the just like Black Square King Air. We're going to fly around Uluru, and then is it the Kata Tjuta rocks and back. It'll probably take 15-20 minutes. Have a bit of fun. It's been a while since I've gone online and done a group flight. I'll be on the the West Europe server. List them in the West Europe server, guys. Thank you very much. If you're enjoying the stream so far, do ask that you like the video. And genuinely, I am quite interested as a aviator and as a general sort of interest to have feedback, you know, especially from the King Air pilot and anyone else that has experience. Tell me where I went wrong. I'd be interested to know, so I can, when I then fly this aircraft again, go, oh, you know, I'll do that this next time. But that's it. You know, I installed it yesterday, and that was the first ever time I flew it, so I'm reasonably happy with how it went today. But you know, I always crave for perfection and try to follow things as realistically as possible. In hindsight, that approach, you know, should have got around for ultimate realism, but I saw the pappies and I'd worked very hard to get there. I want to just crack on. Guys, I'll see you in about 10-15 minutes, or no, less than 10 minutes on runway 13 here in Ayres Rock. See you shortly, guys. Welcome back, guys. Thank you very much for your intermission. So yeah, just to show you, I've spawned back here on the runway we landed on. Runway 13. Great to see some people here. We've got KL1, JT1, Ryan, Anfred, Skyper on there, and there is Uluru in the distance. Ayres Rock, and if I actually turn on live weather, which we just landed in a thunderstorm, there you go. That's what it would look like. Thick fog, thunderstorms around in real time as well. There we are. That's as it is right now. So just for the ease of this stream, we're going to go clear skies, middle of the day, and enjoy this scenic route. So if you have a Navigraph subscription, you can actually get access to the special procedures. This is an official chart used by people who want to do a scenic route of Ayres Rock or Uluru and then Kata, Tjuta, the Olgas, and we're going to follow this as accurately as possible. So we're going to climb straight ahead and then make a right turn, immediate right turn, climb to 4,000 feet, fly to the west of the Ayres Rock resort, and then we're going to call the rock inbound. We are offline though from VATSIM. We'll call the rock inbound, then we're going to make a 180 degree turn, climb to 4,500 feet, past the rock on our left, rock outbound, then we're going to go look at the Olgas, the Kata Tjuta rock formation. Round here, descend to 4,000 feet, the Olgas outbound 4,000, back to Ayres Rock. I thought it'd be pretty cool. So it's something you can enjoy. That's you don't need the Microsoft Flight Sim World Update Pack, but it adds lots of points of interest around here, so it does add some little features, so I think it's worthwhile getting. It's completely free to download, of course. Right, so I've been boring. Look, I've fixed the engines, I've repaired the engines. Let's see if I can now not blow the engines off. I'm going a little bit more relaxed on the checklist, but I'll at least try and configure and fly the aircraft a little bit more realistically than I would just messing around. So yeah, let's get going. So remember, I'm going to make that right turn. I've got Navigraph here in the background so I can see where I'm going. Release the parking brake, start increasing the power. Now I don't know if where I went wrong last time was that I didn't set enough power on takeoff, or set too much power on takeoff, and then I just forgot to reduce power. But there we are, releasing the brake. So it's the torque I'm really keeping an eye on there. Oh, we're about to go straight for a King Air. I love how the flight controls move. Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, I've set power just below 100. There you go. Look. And rotate. Airborne. There you go. Engines in one piece this time. Gears up. There's the radio altimeter alive. 140 knots, right turn. So initially we're just going to pass to the right of the Ayres Rock resort, which is here, and then we're going to turn towards the rock there. Oh, guys, loads of you! We've got Moonshrooms, Ryan Reed, Rascal Reg, Monking 221, Cole Meng 81. Superb. So remember, you climb to 4,000 feet. Pass just to the left of the Ayres Rock resort. So passing, so it's on our... Hold on, I need to be going like this. Look, rah! Crossing the wrong side of it. So we need to have this on our left. And we're climbing up to 4,000. There you go, look, engines in one piece. Engine conditioned still 100%. Send me a medal. There's 4,000. Take a bit of power off. Reduce the RPM to 1,600. Fly, like I was saying earlier, hand flies really nicely. I think you just need to set up a little bit of right rudder trim, or something I've not done, because it naturally wants to roll to the left. There we are, passing to the left of the right of the resort. Looking left, probably a little bit tighter than I should be. Now we're going to head towards the Uluru. Perfect. So we're going to go this side of it, and we're going to make a left turn and then pass the north side. For some reason you can't go to the south of it, according to the chart. Flaps up, thank you. I'm also going to order this Tobii eye tracker, because I think this would be great for this sort of scenic flights. Oh, how cool is that? Because it's not pressurised, like I can open it easily. It's flapping in the wind. Looking good, guys. So we'd call on the radio with a rock inbound. I'm going to pass here, do a 180-degree turn, and then fly to the north of it. There's a reservation southeast of the mountain, I think. Okay. Who left it there? Aliens? I know it's a very sacred place, isn't it, for the Aboriginals? I've tried to make a conscious effort because a lot of people have mentioned, yes, you know, call it by its Aboriginal name first, so Uluru and Kata, Tjuta. A little bit higher there. Take a bit of power off now. So we're going to just fly to the south and do a sharp left-hand turn. Don't want to go much further south than a beam. Just trying to follow the profile as realistically as possible. Let's do a 60. That's a 40. That's a 45-degree angle back turn. Oops. Very good at height keeping. Yeah, I've turned in a little bit too tight. 60-degree angle back turn. DCS. Guys keeping up though, no problem. Back up to 4,000. A little bit. I probably would not be allowed to go as close as we are. Let's go to Jim C. It's very nice. This is where the simulator does excel. And day by day, there's more realistic aircraft coming. There's more of the game. Look at that! Excellent formation fly. This guy plays too much. Excellent work. Okay, so we go this direction at 4,000 feet, not 4.5. That's on the way back. General handling is not very good today. There we go, back to 4,000. Other professional pilots available. And then what we're going to do is make a left turn and a right turn, climbing to 4,500 feet. All fun and games until the man pads open up. Hey. There we go. So what we're going to do now is turn a little bit away, maintain 4,000 feet, and then when we turn around, we'll climb up to 4,500 feet. So I'm just going to head sort of northeast initially. There we are. We'll now climb to 4,500 feet and a 180 or 270 degree turn. Just think how many GA aircraft have flown this in real life as well. So cool. I'll have you know, my engines are still at 100%. They're being well looked after here. Can't believe we've flown a storm. Look at that. Thanks for joining, guys. Flying westbound on this track here, and then we'll call outbound rock. We're going to make a left and then a right turn towards the Olgas. Yeah, I do find it a bit trickier to hand fly this. The problem is desktop sims, you don't get that sensation of climb and descent. You should always trust your instruments, but you know there's no professional vision, so when you start looking outside, you can't see your instruments anymore. I need a little bit of right rudder trim. Keeps wanting to roll to the left. Dial some in. Is it too much? Yeah, way too much. Whoa. God, It's very tricky to keep in trim as well. Trying to see, this is where it's difficult, trying to hand fly and then fiddle with trim. I know you can assign these commands. Anyway, there is Ayres Rock from that direction. These two are great. Well, they're for each other, but off that. Awesome. So we're going to fly sort of southeast around 210 degrees. Oh, it's so see what I mean? We just lost 500 feet, and you get no sensation of that in the turn. And I had it completely trimmed out there. It's, you know, I find aircraft hand flying sometimes in this sim very difficult, especially if I'm unfamiliar, like getting it trimmed out. See, look, it's sort of trimmed, but just turning it lost a lot of height, and you get none of that sensation. Right, so you call the radio out, the Rock outbound, maintain 4,500 feet. And we're now going to fly towards the Olgas. Which over here. Perfect. Oh, say perfect. It's the LSI. Right, let's get this all trimmed. The rudder trim's pretty settled now. It's accelerating, so I'm going to leave the out trim speed. Just need a little bit more trim to the right. Oh, no, it's on the left, sorry. Okay, that's better. Look at this. Okay, so we're now on this Rock outbound sector. Olgas inbound, 4,500 feet. Around the Olgas, pass it to the north, and then we'll do another 180. Go back the way we came, back to Ayres Rock. And we'll join downwind for runway 13. Let's have a look at live weather temporarily again, just out of curiosity. Ugh. No good. Astrid, next time I drop a few hundred feet I complain the lack of sensations on my butt. Well, it's not only that, you know, when you sat in the plane, you've got everything right in front of you, so scanning your 6 instruments all the time, so as soon as you just pop out or look around, when you're hand flying like this, you know, you've lost your scan straight away. And if it's not quite in trim, you know, you'll lose where you're going. I've got it all pretty much balanced out now, flying about 210 knots. Look at this flying. Oop, disappeared. There you go, that's not quite just around 300 feet per minute there. So I don't know much about any of this part of the world. If you've just joined the stream, this is Alpaca Airways Northern Territory tours, and we're taking our King Air and a full plane of tourists around Kata, Tjuta now. Yeah, exactly, that's why I'm going to look at this Topia eye tracker and consider it for some time. For those sort of, you know, I wouldn't use it all the time during the stream, so it could be a bit annoying for you guys, but certainly for the visual approach, or flying, you know, circuits close to the ground. But yeah, you know where we just flew that approach there, and a lot of questions coming in about what do you need to see at minimums to continue. Now it depends what the approach is, so that was an RNAV approach, so I think as lights are concerned you class it as an MPA. So for a Cat 1 and MPA you need to see this is what you need to see at minimums. It's basically just any elements of the approach lighting system, so if you can see the leading lights, the threshold markings, the PAPIs. So you know, the PAPIs can be classed as visual, because obviously that's going to give you visual guidance to get down as well. Any runway light basically. Now when you fly a Cat 2, it changes slightly. It's pretty much the same, but you have to see 3 consecutive lights of the centre line lights, and obviously this is done with an autoland. Whereas Cat 1 MPA, you know, you might be hand flying or certainly approaching the minimum usage height. So you've got to be able to make no sudden movements and at least be able to handle the aeroplane with what visual elements you can see. But it was very, you know, when we were at minimums, see what I mean? Like, we're just turning, you go up 1,500 feet. And then there's no, even in real life, you'd feel that change in rate of climb and immediately look at your attitude and your IVSI and altimeter. Anyway, making the turn southbound now. Here is Kata Tjuta. Still want to maintain 4,500, so I'm just getting back down to that height. Very fascinating. I'd love to come to this part of the world. The only thing that Australia scares me is all the scary insects. Things that can kill you. It's very difficult to maintain altitude. You know, hand flying, that is, this thing in the sim. You know, when I fly the light aircraft, I find that once you got it trimmed, it's actually quite easy. You can sort of have a nice look around, look back, and you're still doing 4,500 feet. Anyway, we're going to fly directly south, and then once we're just south of the Olgas, we'll descend to 4,000 feet. We're going to hug it round here to the left. Again, I'm just following this chart, which I do have open on my second monitor. So we're just doing this here, look, following that left turn. Now we'll make a right turn, descending to 4,000 feet. Still perfect formation. Ryan Jan Reed is catching up. Let's make that turn to the right. We should go a little bit in this direction. See, look, climb 200 feet. Spiders lash have to ring a doorbell. Outrageous. Right, now we're going to descend to 4,000. 45 degrees angle of bank. Just at about 1,000 feet per minute. That's wicked. Managed to maintain 4,500 feet perfectly when I actually wanted to descend. Hi, Ernest Dixon, hope you're doing well. Well, we can leave the cockpit in flight list if we need to use the toilet, but obviously the crew's not going to do that on final approach. There we are. But I love the fact that you can do things like this in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is a real scenic flight route, you know, a special procedural scenic flight route. People fly in real life in their GA aircrafts when they come visit this part of the world. And obviously I'm not utilising any of the features of this incredibly detailed add-on at the moment. Hello, sir. But yeah, I mean, we've seen on the first sector what the add-on is capable of doing. Really, really cool. So we're going to fly east now. See, I quite like these sort of views because look, I've got the altimeter and IVSI and artificial horizon in view there, so I can sort of fly quite accurately still. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the tiny insects aren't deadly. Exactly. Everything's there to kill you. So to be aircraft flying in the other direction, 500 feet above, so it'd be very important to maintain your height here. And we now call the Olgas outbound. So, you know, we've got GPS there, so you can easily route there. But there was an NDB here. I don't know if it stores the NDB frequency. I don't think it does from the previous flight. No, it doesn't. So we'll maintain 4,000 feet. Head back towards the airport, and we'll enter Brian downwind runway 13. Really cool. 233 was the ADF frequency, so I can tune that here. Oh, it's going to take ages there. It's pretty much trimmed out. So I'm tuning this. Oops. Ah no, on channel 1. See, this everything's modelled here. Just using the rudder to maintain wings level. Something my instructor told me years ago. If you said if you're having to go hands down and right things, use your rudders. Don't do that in a 7.3 though. There we are. 233. The yellow needle is pointing directly to the airport. We're on clear skies and no wind here, so all you've got to do is put that yellow needle on the nose and you'll go straight back towards the airport. What's circuit height here? Australia here. Yes, we've just done a flight from Alice Springs to Ayres Rock. And then the Scenic flight here. About half a dozen people joined, which has been awesome. We're looking for the Mars rover. Right, runway 13. Let's just line the course up here. So runway directions like this. There's the airport. So the elevation here is 1600 feet. So if we descend to 2600 feet, that's circuit height. Well, I presume that's circuit height. Might be the complete wrong direction and height. When we're downwind, we'll start reducing to 120 knots. Well, 150 to 160. So just descend to 2600 first. Don't think they were quite ready for me to slow down. So we're just going to fly just straight to the airport, and then we're going to make a sharp left turn now to join downwind. Don't want to be too tight, that's 2,600. See, if it was the circuit direction was left hand, we'd do an overhead join. It's been so long since I've had to worry about anything like that. Just set flight 1 at 160 knots. Power off. There we are, downwind. 310. Just want to maintain 2,600. It's 160 knots, natural flops. Trim. Try and judge the time to turn downwind, so let's do that now. Reduce the power a little bit further. I'm going to go gear down. Flaps full. 120 knots on base leg. Start a gentle descent. Feeding the power. Do not want to break these engines. These engines look 100% condition. If only I knew. I need to really tighten this turnaround. Well, I wonder if you coordinate the turns of rudders in an airplane like this. Overshot slightly and a little bit high. I think I can see 3 whites there. And there is Ayres Rock. Oh, there we are, 2 whites. Going a little bit too slow, max RPM. 110 knots, there we go. Master caution, disregard. I think it's the altitude alert. went low. There we go, straight back to 3 reds. That's better heats, better height there. There you go, looks pretty good. And I think you cut the power over the threshold here at about 30 feet. God, it's much easier when there's not a 15-20 knot crosswind like last time. Float. Oh, that was nice. That sounded very smooth. I think the reverse thrust is way too effective. I've got no brakes. That's just reverse thrust. I'm not touching the wheel brakes. It's crazy how quickly it stops. There we go. Oh, that guy's going backwards. We'll take the next exit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uluru Airport. Ayres Rock Airport. There we go. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Take the next run, which is the one we took on the stream. Or maybe it was that one there. Launch jungle is that a little long. Got aircraft going the wrong way. Remember, this is not VATSIM, guys. There's a little bit more leeway on what you could do. Please don't do this on the VATSIM network. Perfect. So flaps up. I'll park up here, guys. We'll call it a day. Had a lot of fun, and again I forgot to start the flight recorder. I installed that again. Do a little sharp 180-degree turn here. There you go. Reversing into my yard. There you go, perfect. Parking brakes now coming on. We'll just shut the engines down. That was wicked. And we got Monking 221 doing some aerobatics up there. Sweet. And we're all in the King Airs, everyone. Look at Monking go. Oh, he's disappeared. Nice knowing you. Well then, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Learned something a little bit different. Certainly enjoyed the first sector. Learned a lot about the King Air today. Thank you for all the help. Open the door with Simmy Bob. It doesn't work, unfortunately. There's no exterior features like doors opening, unfortunately, because they're using the default King Air livery, unfortunately, or exterior model. So I think there's an issue if they were to adjust that charge or something. I don't know. But the actual overall aircraft, I think, is really good. I've got no experience or expert advice on King Airs, but on that sector, you know, utilising the included checklist, it seems to be a lot of functionality. All the navigational systems, if you want to navigate conventionally or using the modern avionics systems we use today, you can do it. It gives you a lot of versatility in aircraft like this on a sim like Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then you could still fly online on VATSIM very accurately indeed. So I think it's if you really want a good King Air, I think it's worthwhile purchasing this plugin. It's been great fun trying it today. I will do it again. I do need to recover, and now I've learned how to not overstretch these engines. But thankfully, it didn't fail. We got from A to B. And yes, if you were to ever fly in those sort of conditions like we had today, if you want to do things realistically as possible, so obviously, you know, I made the decision to continue at minimums. In reality, you'd immediately execute go around with no visual reference, but you know, at minimums. For Cat 1 and on-position approach, or an RNAV approach like we did there, you just need to see some element of the approach light system, because I get that question asked quite a lot as well. That can include PAPIs, any of the lead-in lights, the runway threshold lights, anything like that. We saw the PAPIs, I think, a split second after minimums, but you know, I'm trying to hand fly this aeroplane in a heavy rain showers, trying to flick switches and using vertical speed and all, but it worked quite well. The height, distance, cross checks worked really well. The same way we're flying the 7.3 as well. Then I enjoyed that little tour flight as well. Thanks for joining in on online. The add-ons available on the Just Flight website, Black Square. The link's in the video description below. It's $27.99 if you really want an updated King Air. Certainly recommend getting it. Guys, that's it. Members, don't forget, we've got a group flight tomorrow, and I'll be next going live Sunday at 8. Oh no, the clocks changed, don't they? I'll be a little bit earlier on Sunday. I keep thinking it's 1700 Zulu, so I'll be live at 5 o'clock. British Summer Time ends, so UK time becomes the same as GMT. So I think it's 5 o'clock. Flight Factor stream. Go to the Flight Factor Discord if you want to enter the giveaway from Flight Factor. All you've got to do is take part in the group flight. I'll also be doing a giveaway of any of the Flight Factor aircraft of your choice. For anyone's watching my stream, I'll be routing New York to Charlotte. I'm going to Charlotte for the first ever time in a live stream. That'll be Sunday at 5 o'clock. Guys, thank you very much for popping in on another live stream. Enjoy your weekend. It is, of course, Friday. I'm having a nice quiet night in. And I'll see you all on another live stream very soon. Cheerio.